I want to apologize to the Ryan Garcia fans who believed that he was going to win, and I was surprised it was an upset, and I give Ryan Garcia all the credit. He may have not made the weight; he was 3 pounds overweight, but I feel like regardless if he made weight or not, um, Devin Haney would like his chin wouldn't hold up anyway. Like weight or no weight, his chin doesn't hold up. I just feel like yes, he might have had a slight advantage, maybe, maybe not. But I feel like Devin Haney was strong in his other fight with Regis Prograis. He said he felt stronger than ever. So why would he say that he felt weaker than ever? And that's the reason that he lost against Ryan Garcia because of the weight advantage. I just feel like either way, I give Ryan Garcia the credit for the victory. He should have made the weight. I think it's only fair that he made the weight, but he's not the champion. So technically, he beat the champion, Devin Haney, who on paper was the best. 140. Two-time champion. Um, so I give credit to Devin Haney for trying to go the distance, and in spite of being hurt, he was able to go the distance. And I believe Devin Haney hurt Ryan, not hurt Ryan Garcia, but he got him really good in the fifth round. And I feel like if Devin Haney had power, he would have seriously hurt Ryan Garcia whenever he threw that jab at him. I think it was a jab. It was a nice jab that he threw. I think a right jab, but I don't think that Devin Haney would have beaten Ryan Garcia if Ryan Garcia made the weight. I feel like Ryan Garcia, regardless, he would have still knocked down Devin Haney. But I feel like if you're gonna fight for the 140-pound WBC championship, you should make weight. So I feel like Ryan Garcia was not professional in doing that. He should have made the weight. So I'm not gonna look for excuses and say, oh, he had a three weight advantage. He probably was stronger because he didn't have to train himself. But when he fought Tank Davis, he had to train himself, and it was okay for Tank Davis to do that to Ryan Garcia. But now, um, Devin Haney should have at least, told him like, I know he told him that if you don't make weight for each pound that you don't make, you got to give me $500,000, and they shook hands on it. But I feel like that's not. He should have just not like they should have not allowed that him have a weight advantage. They should have made him come down. They should have agreed in a contract to make Garcia make the weight. I just feel like that was Devin Haney's fault too, and his team. They should have actually focused on that too. But there's no excuses. Ryan Garcia won the fight, and I gotta give him credit. I did say that Ryan Garcia had a puncher's chance to knock him down. I did say that, but I still said that despite if Garcia knocks down Devin Haney, I still said that Devin Haney will win based on his boxing skills. I was really surprised that Ryan Garcia pulled it off like to the end, but then again, I wasn't surprised because at the same time, Devin Haney's chin. I made a comment about Devin Haney's chin, knowing that he's been hurt in past fights by Linares, and every time he gets hit, it's like Subriel Matias said that his eyes open too big and too wide. That's not normal in a fighter. That whenever he gets hit, his eyes open wide, like he doesn't want to get hit, like Devin Haney's eyes. That's what Subriel Matias said in the interview, that Devin Haney's eyes open too wide every time he gets hit, and he said that's not normal for a fighter to open his eyes wide every time he gets hit. Subriel Matias was saying that if you hit me, I, in my eyes, I'm gonna show you the hate that I have. Like like that, it doesn't phase me. So that's the thing that Devin Haney doesn't have that chin that gets you to the elite level. Because if Devin Haney had a chin combined with the boxing skills that he has, he will go a lot further. A lot further. He will go far. Like Mayweather didn't have the greatest power, but he had a chin, so that makes up for it. But I think Devin Haney's punching power is even less than Mayweather's. Mayweather had a little tiny bit of pop. He didn't have power, but he had some the speed that he had, and I think his punches were more effective to hurt you, but not really. Because I know a lot of boxers that fought Mayweather. They said he didn't really have power, but he has more pop in his punches than Devin Haney for sure. But he has a chin. So if you have a chin and you have boxing skills the way Devin Haney has, you have more of a chance to succeed as a boxer. But nobody, being honest, most fans, especially or Latino fans and casuals, they want to see exciting knockouts. You know, they want to see blood. And the Latino fans, most of them, they actually are the ones that pay for the pay per view, and the casual fans only pay for a fight if they feel like somebody's gonna get knocked out and it's like exciting and it's somebody popular. But they don't want to see a boring fight. Even Latinos, because Latinos, they want to see Mexico versus Puerto Rico. They want to see fights that people get excited about where there's going to be blood. Like you don't really want to like when you go to a fight knowing that the fight's going to be 12 rounds and it's going to be a one-sided fight. A lot of people don't want to see that. A lot of people want to see the most people, majority of people want to see blood. They want to see people get hurt. They want to see a knockout. Nobody really wants to see a Devin Haney or a Mayweather. The only reason why Mayweather was so successful, and he's a great fighter, don't get me wrong, very talented, very has a lot of abilities, and boxers usually dominate the puncher. If the puncher is limited and doesn't know how to take advantage of other attributes like cutting the ring and having speed and power combined, it's all about the attributes that you dominate. And usually the boxer is more complete. But I feel like with Mayweather, the reason why people wanted to see him box and fight is because they hated him. They wanted him to lose. A lot of people wanted him to lose because he would talk smack and brag about his money and say money Mayweather. And a lot of people, when you say that, you throw money in the air like that, a lot of people that can't afford that lifestyle, they either want to be like that or they either like get offended because that you're throwing money away like it's nothing when there's people that are struggling that are living check to check. So people like that get offended. But I feel like it's also humility. Like if you make money, you don't have to brag and throw it in the air like that. Just you don't have to brag. You just it's okay to be happy to have money, but to brag and flaunt it like that, it's kind of like being braggadocious and arrogant. And a lot of people don't like that. But I feel like Ryan Garcia, he did his thing. He beat Devin Haney, knocked him down 3 times, and I was wrong about the result of the fight. But I did say that Ryan Garcia would knock him down, but I didn't think it would be enough to beat him. But he actually knocked him down 3 times, and he pretty much punished Devin Haney. And Devin Haney's face was swollen, and he accepted the fight under those conditions. So there's no excuse. His team should have decided to either call off the fight, but there's too much money, so they're not gonna call off the fight. Call off the fight, or make sure that he signs the contract to make the weight instead of making a bet on the side. Because Ryan Garcia got plenty of money, so he don't care about losing $500,000 for each pound, which is 3 pounds. So it was actually 1,500,000, 1.5 million. So I don't know if he gave that money to Devin Haney. They shook hands on it. But yeah, so this is Tony Also Knows Boxing. And I feel like Ryan Garcia, De La Hoya's happy he won, and he always promotes the Mexican fighters, but he never wants to put a Puerto Rican fighter with talent like Subriel Matias against Ryan Garcia. He wants to try to make the most out of Ryan Garcia, his name, and saying that he's the face of boxing. But he still didn't fight at the 140. He should have made the 140 pounds. I give him credit for the victory. Either way, he would have still knocked him down. Yeah, the referee should have stopped the fight in the 7th round, but he didn't. But I feel like Devin Haney showed that he could endure punishment, but like he don't have the strongest chin. He gets hurt and he gets overwhelmed. He threw the game plan away. Like he tried to fight like a puncher, and he let Ryan Garcia get into his head too. That's another thing, and I feel like you should never do that as a boxer. If that's your repertoire to box, hit and not get hit, you should focus on fighting like that. But he let everything get to his head, and he started fighting like a puncher instead of a boxer, which got him to where he's at. And I just feel like Subriel Matias is being avoided, and Ryan Garcia is trying to avoid that fight. He's saying that he can't make 140. He could fight Tank Davis at a catch weight, but he said he's not going to fight Tank Davis. He said he's not going to fight Tank Davis. He says that he's the face of boxing. That's what De La Hoya is saying. But I feel like he should fight a Subriel Matias because Subriel Matias is the one that's going to beat everybody. I know that for a fact. He is the one. And once he builds his name up like he's doing in Puerto Rico, fighting Liam Parrow, he's gonna get his name further. Devin is not. Well, if he was better, he would have won. You're saying Devin is better than Ryan? If he was better, he would have won. No, that's an excuse. Uh, Macho Fo, I think that you're just making excuses for Devin. He has no chin, and it doesn't matter. If he was sick, he should have not fought. He should have never got in the ring. He wasn't sick. He wanted the money. He wanted to make the fight. So if that happened, that he lost, and you're saying that he was sick, then that's his team's fault, and they should have never fought in the ring if they were sick. I don't think they were sick. I just think that the better man won that night. The better man won. So then why did he fight? If he tested positive for COVID, he should have never fought. That's his fault. New news. You can't, you gotta, you can't really believe everything right away. You gotta thoroughly investigate things. I'm gonna look into that, but I just feel like Devin Haney never really had a chin. He got stunned by Linares back a few fights ago, like a few years ago, and he just fought a young fighter that's fast, powerful, and I was really shocked because I didn't think that Ryan Garcia would win. I thought he would knock him down. Yeah, Tank beat Ryan. Even if he weight drained him or if he didn't weight drain him, I still think that Tank was gonna win and beat Ryan. But I think it's unfair and it's like a double standard. Like, why does Tank have to weight drain Ryan Garcia? If he's the best, he should fight him at the weight and not make him go down a few weights. That makes you weaker. So I just feel like it's an insecurity. Like, if you're the best, you fight them at their weight. If you fight at 135, fight him at 135. Don't make him go down and weight and drain himself, because then it's gonna make it's gonna make you look like you're insecure, like you're not confident in beating somebody unless you weight drain them. They play the A game and B game too much. Like I respect you commenting and giving your opinion. Like, I'll look into that if you're saying that Tank had COVID, and that sounds like news that people just come up with excuses. But I'll look into it though. But I still feel that Ryan Garcia should have made the weight. He should have made 140 pounds, but he didn't because he felt like he would be weaker. And that's his prerogative. But I feel it's wrong. If you're gonna fight for the 140-pound WBC championship, you should make the weight. But I feel like even if he made the weight or not, he was still gonna knock out Devin Haney, knock down Devin Haney, because Devin Haney is not he has chin problems. I seen he struggles with it, but it doesn't make it right. But at the same time, you got to give him credit for the victory. And I feel like if the team thought that he wasn't gonna make weight, they should have put it in a contract to force him to make weight. So that was their fault. Yeah, he struggled to make 135. Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. The rehydration clause is bull. It's some BS. You should fight the fighter at his weight. Like, why fight him? Make him drain himself. If you feel like you're the best, like you're the best pound for pound fighter, and Tank Davis is an example. I'm using him as an example. He feels that he's the best pound for pound. Why do you have to make somebody come down and weight to make them weaker and rehydrate so you can have the advantage? That's not a man. A man don't do that. A real man takes the challenge and makes it fair. He makes it the same way. He don't try to have an advantage. just because you're the champion. That's like that bull crap that they use now. I'm the A side, so I'm the face of boxing. Like, no, Trinidad didn't do that. Roy Jones didn't do that. Like these fighters, they fought at the weight class. You had to make the weight. Like the '90s, they didn't play around with that. They didn't make no excuses. They fought at the weight they were supposed to fight. Oh, but I think when Julio Cesar Chavez fought Whitaker, there was a weight clause that they created. I think because Whitaker was coming up in weight to fight Chavez, if I'm not mistaken. If you've seen the comparisons from the Tank fight and look at him at the Haney fight, Ryan looked like a straw in the Tank fight and much more healthier in the Haney fight. Yeah, he didn't want to go through that. He didn't want to go through the weight drain because he already went through that with Tank Davis, which nobody wants to talk about that. But then when the shoe is on the other foot, I'm not saying that it's right, but it's like you get frustrated because you're like, why do I have to drain myself and be weak? So he didn't want to go through that with Devin Haney. He said, I want to be completely, strong. So, because they didn't oppose it too. So that's another thing. If they would have opposed it, that they would have been smarter in doing that and making them sign a contract. But they didn't do that. So if you agree to it, you made him like pay $500 for each pound that he didn't make. That's $1.5 billion. So, that's nothing to Ryan Garcia. He got mad money, so it's not going to affect him. Yeah, Subriel Matias is a monster, the boogeyman. Yeah, he's very avoided because they know if they fight him, it's gonna be hell on wheels for them. Because Matias is no joke. He doesn't play. When you fight him in the ring, you better bring your tools with you, because that might not even be enough for you. He's been through so much, and the way he fights with a relentless, fearless style that like you got to kill him to beat him, because he's been through that much in his life. He surpassed so much that's the way you have to fight him. You have to surpass to beat him, to beat Subriel Matias. Subriel Matias is on another level. I'm not saying that because he's Boricua like me. I'm proud of him because he's Boricua like me, but it's just, you can see that. Like, when you live a certain lifestyle, you can see the style, the lifestyle that somebody's living. You can see it. You can feel it. Yep. Yeah, thanks for tuning in. Subscribe to my channel. This is Tony Also Knows Boxing, and I just wanted to give props to Ryan Garcia. I feel like he did it in a way where he did a sneaky thing. He pulled up a sneaky one on Devin Haney, but Devin Haney and his team allowed it. But at the end of the day, they're not mentioning Subriel Matias. Ryan Garcia is not mentioning him because he knows Subriel Matias is a real one, and he got to really fight if he fights him. With Ryan Garcia, he may have power and everything, but he don't have the lifestyle that Subriel Matias lived and overcame. Subriel Matias has power, throws a lot of combinations, and his chin is solid. He's never been down. Never been down. In spite of what somebody said about one of his fights, he's never been down. His gloves never touched the canvas, nothing. He's never been down. And he didn't even train for that fight the way he should have, because he was, doing marijuana, because he was going through a lot. He even said it in the interview, so he kept it real about that. Yeah, and he was hungry too, yep. But he stopped cold turkey, and that affected him. That affected him in the fight. It's just you have to watch the video of Subriel Matias saying that. So, yeah, if you want to see more of my boxing content, just subscribe to my channel. I got one video that's doing really good. I mentioned a certain boxing content creator, and he got all mad and upset and got into his feelings because I called him out on what it is. And, I always say the truth. I just want to hold everybody accountable. Don't be biased. If you love Teofimo Lopez, okay, you're a fan of Teofimo Lopez, but don't be biased and make it seem like he signed a contract when he didn't. Because boxers don't sign contracts. The promoter, Bob Arum, signs contract. And that's why Subriel Matias did not fight Teofimo Lopez, because he got a better deal, and they guaranteed him in Matchroom Boxing a big fight. So they weren't going to guarantee him Teofimo Lopez, top rank. So it wasn't Teofimo Lopez. He didn't sign no contract. People like to copy and paste and say what somebody else said. But then when you call them out on what they said, they want to backtrack and say, oh, I didn't say that. But then if you're going to say somebody else said it, then don't use that as a reference. If you know it's the truth, then don't even mention it in your video. Word up. This Tony Also Knows Boxing. I'm a Brooklynite, a Boricua Brooklynite. Marlboro Projects, I keep it real. But I'm fair. I'm fair, but I'm firm. Like Joe Cortez, the referee. I'm fair, but I'm firm. What is listed under so I can check it out? Um, a Subriel Matias. It's a video it's in Spanish, and I forgot the name of the content creator. The content creator is a content creator from Puerto Rico, and he I think it was a content creator from Puerto Rico. I'm trying to remember his name. Uh, this is Chente. I think Chente interviewed him, and he said it in the Chente show, or he said it in another boxing content creator show. I forgot his name, but he's from Puerto Rico too. He mentioned it. He mentioned it, and I think Mill City, he's a great boxing content creator. I follow his stuff. I love his stuff. Like his Mill City, like I think he's fair, and he interviews Subriel Matias a lot. So you might find it on his channel, Mill City, because Mill City's boxing, he's unbiased, man. I love his style. And then there's another one, of offensive stance. He's good too. Like I follow him. Subscribe to my channel, Tony Also Knows Boxing. And I hope you guys have a blessed night. And yeah, I look forward to the Canelo versus Munguia fight, which is I think May 4th. Yeah, I'll let you know my predictions and my assessment of that boxing fight. Stay tuned. Tony Also Knows Boxing. Subscribe to my channel, Tony Also Knows Boxing. Check out my music on Spotify, Pandora. I got 3 albums. The Monumental Truth, The Prodigy of Abiso Campos, and I have a gospel album as well. I did gospel at my first album. Now I got hip hop and R&B. I sing salsa too and merengue. I talk about what's going on in Puerto Rico. The tax exemptions. I don't want to get into the politics, but yeah, just check out my music if you want to know more, and check out my boxing content. I got other videos. I got one that's really doing good. It has almost 6,000 views. But yeah, I thank you for all the support. One love to everybody who supports me. And I'm gonna give you the unbiased, unadulterated truth, and I'm gonna call it out for what it is. I'm not trying to clout chase nobody. I'm just giving people their credit. And if somebody's a content creator is not doing what he's supposed to, I just call it out. And just because it's the truth, I'm gonna call it out regardless. So it's not clout chasing. It's just calling it out. That's how I am. I just call things out. But I give credit where credit is due. One love. Tony Also Knows Boxing. One love. Subscribe to my channel. Wow. I don't even know how to turn this off. How do I turn this off? Trying to turn this off. Bear with me, guys. Trying to turn this off. Because I'm doing this on my phone. If I stop streaming, what's going to happen? It's going to go off. So if I stop streaming, what's going to happen?